Hi guys, welcome to my 500 subscription celebration video in the form of Q&A. I wanted to do something kind of special in celebration of my 500 subscription mile mark because I'm really excited about it, and I didn't really have very many ideas of what I could do to celebrate it as a special occasion, and the idea was presented to do a Q&A. And that sounded like a great idea because I didn't have any other ideas. So here is a Q&A, and I got a decent amount of questions from you guys that I am more than happy to answer for you. Starting out, I guess I could just go with the frequently asked questions that weren't part of the Q&A questions, but nonetheless I get these questions a lot. The first one is, what kind of specs do I have on my computer? I'm running, for processor, I'm running an Intel i7 920 model processor. And second question I get asked a lot is, what do I use for recording in making my videos? Well, I use Fraps as my video recording program, and then I either use Windows Movie Maker or Virtual Dub combined with MPEG Streamclip, just depending. Sometimes Windows Movie Maker is kind of temperamental and does not like to handle the really enormous files that Fraps spits out when I do the recording. And thirdly, third most popular question that I get asked, which is on my FAQs, guys. If you want to check out my channel, I have my frequently asked questions. The more I get of them, the more I will keep adding, and you can check them out there at any time, as long as as well as some other blurbs by me. And then probably even more frequently asked than those are, what texture pack am I using for Minecraft, for my Minecraft Let's Plays? It is primarily the Painterly texture pack. It is also has some other random ones in there that I don't even know what they are. To be honest, somebody gave it to me, like somebody that I knew was using that, and they gave it to me. So it actually has a couple of textures in there that they made themselves, so they're not really available for you guys, but primarily it's the Painterly texture pack. There you go, there you have it. Anyways, let's get on to the question and answer portion of this video. So the first question that I got was, what kinds of TV shows and movies do I like to watch? TV shows and series do I like to watch? Well, I love House. It's on Fox. It's House MD. Here's a picture of my cat that I love. I have two cats. You've probably heard me mention them on one or more occasions. They're awesome. My two favorite cats. So I love to watch House. I like to watch the US version of The Office. Here's a couple of pictures of some of my favorite animes, because I do like anime. Soul Eater, of course, because I've mentioned Death the Kid on a couple of occasions, or alluded to him at least. Full Metal Alchemist, both series really great. Probably my #1 favorite, or currently battling the #1 spot in my opinion. And let's see, what else do I watch? I don't really watch a lot of TV. Imagine that. I play a lot of video games. And then of course a classic, very, very good anime would be Kenshin Himura. Rurouni Kenshin, I believe. But yeah, pretty much I don't have too much time to watch TV. When I do watch it, I watch it, on my computer, which are the the shows that I just mentioned. Second question, and not exactly in the order that I received them, just kind of randomly. Is there an etymology to my name, RoseErifnosi? There is actually. I'm so glad that you asked. I couldn't think of anything else to make my YouTube name out of, because it's just currently the name that I've been using for things. And it actually, if you read the second half of the name backwards, it says is on fire. So if you read the first half, forward, it's Rose is on fire. Rose is on fire. Firstly, because I love fire, and secondly, because I'm on fire. Come on, I'm on fire. I'm on a roll. That's kind of what it means. That's where it comes from. Another question was, am I really 23? Am I really, am I lying? Is that what you're asking me? Are you asking me if I'm lying to you? Yes, I'm actually 23. I am most definitely 23. I realize that my voice probably does not sound like that of a 23-year-old over a headset, over a computer, because girls have the, lower voices, or higher voices. So yes, my birthday, in case you guys would like to know, my birthday is July 31st, 1987. Thank you very much. So on July 31st, I expect to be getting 500 at the very least happy birthday messages from all of you guys. That'd be really great. And then, like, another question by the same person. Do you have to ask questions about games? In answer to your question, viewer, no, you did not have to ask me questions about games. You could ask me any kind of question you wanted. Okay, another question was, besides Let's Playing and Airsoft, what are my hobbies? Well, actually those are it. That's it. That's all my hobbies are. That's really all the time, the time I have for hobbies. I go to school. I go to college, also known as university in some countries. And I play video games. I record video games. I process videos made from playing those video games. And I play Airsoft on the weekends with my team, the Outlaws, in Southern California. A little bit about myself. Let's see. You already know I live in Southern California because that's on my channel. Do I like to read? I love to read. I love reading. I read a lot. I tend to like fiction more than anything. Am I currently reading anything? No, I'm not, other than the books that are having to be read for classes that I'm taking currently. Because I really don't have time to read anything other than that, because there's an enormous amount of reading involved with that. And I'm actually liking it. I have this book that's full of non-fiction prose, and I'm not a big fan of non-fiction because it's just not as entertaining, obviously. But I'm really liking it. It's some good stuff out there. And as far as genres, fiction, fantasy, some non-fiction, classic literature I really, really love. I like classic literature. I'm a huge fan of... cliche-ishly huge fan of Shakespeare. Okay, let's see. Another question was, what does it feel like to have a huge following on YouTube? Well, to that I feel flattered. I'm very surprised that so many people actually can tolerate listening to me for this long, and with the crazy things that I do and the very retarded, goofy things that I do. I was actually quite surprised. Did I see this coming when I made the account? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Not at all. In fact, when I made my first couple of videos, I had like six hardcore people who would watch every video, and I was the kind of person who I would, my video was uploaded, okay, refresh the page, okay, 2 views, woohoo, celebration in my room. I was having a celebration, I'd refresh the page like 2 minutes later, 3 views, woohoo. That's kind of how it was. And then it would get to those 6 viewers, and then it would just stay at 6. And then eventually it moved on to 9, and I was super, super excited about that. And now I have 500 loyal subscribers, and I'm totally stoked about that. I really am very, very excited about that. So I did not see this happening. When I started it, I needed a hobby because I believe I was on summer break of last year, and I didn't have anything to do because I wasn't in school, and I thought to myself, I think I should pick up a hobby, something that seems fun and something would kind of go hand in hand with one of my other hobbies. And this just kind of came up. Following that same line of thought, you asked what would I recommend as far as other Let's Players. I could recommend some great Let's Players to you. I will tell you what. Number 1, always in my book, forever and for eternity, will be Manga Minx. She was the Let's Player that kind of basically made the deciding factor in me making my own videos, which is super cool. Because I love her. She's hilarious. She does horror genres, like exclusively, not almost exclusively, but exclusively horror genre video games, which is awesome. She lives in the UK, so she's got a really awesome UK accent, which I always love to listen to. I can't play horror games myself. The Path is as close as that I can get to that. I mean, you guys see how I freak out with Minecraft, and even in parts of The Path, I simply cannot play horror games. So basically, I was playing those games through Manga Minx. And anyway, so I would definitely recommend her, number 1. Secondly, if you like adventure games, my favorite adventure Let's Player is Dylanju. I will have to... everybody that I'm recommending, I'm gonna link their channels in the description of this video, so totally check him out. And he does really great. He's from, oh my goodness, where is he from? I don't remember where he's from, but again, he has another really awesome voice that I could listen to for hours. Very soothing. So the third person also does mostly, I think he does mostly horror genre games, is Dark Chiron. He hasn't been really producing videos as of late, but in his archives, if you go to some of the videos, series that he's completed, he's got some really good stuff. He also has Amnesia in there. He has Vampire the Masquerade, which I watched, which was very humorous. It was a long series, but it was great. So you guys can watch that. He's a funny guy. So that's, let's see, that's basically who I would recommend as far as Let's Players for you guys to watch. And then, what is my favorite LP of my own that I've done so far? Well, I would have to say almost definitely The Path. I probably enjoyed playing The Path the most. Second would probably be Dreamfall, because that was it was a good game. It was kind of confusing because I made the mistake of playing it without playing the first one, but we'll get into that one a little bit later. The Path, because it was intellectually stimulating. It made you think. It was an open-ended statement that you could basically get anything out of. I think it was artistically made really well. I had a lot of fun playing it. I had a lot of fun making it, and that's what I like the best about it. Dreamfall next, because it was the easiest to make. Honestly, I just recorded and I played. No editing necessary, which was nice, because it was like the second one that I did. I mean, I started with Minecraft, which was basically supposed to be a test of, can I make YouTube videos? It's exactly what it started out as. But I had fun making that one too. So I think my favorite one is The Path. And I'm really sorry, because I went and watched a couple of, like, the first 2 or 3 videos of those again, like, watched them myself, and the audio was so loud, but I think that I've come a decent ways in being able to make videos better now from then. So that's definitely, I think that I've come a ways in that regard. Lastly, or almost lastly, coming up, bringing this around towards the end, somebody asked, can I say that Pauline and Kosuke are awesome? You know what? Pauline and Kosuke, you're awesome. You know why you're awesome? Because you have a good enough friend that would send me a message asking me to tell you that you are awesome. Therefore, you must be pretty awesome indeed. And happy belated birthday to both of you. And to wrap things up, last question I got was, where am I going to be going as far as the next games that I plan on playing for Let's Plays? I'm not entirely sure. It's something that I kind of debate about back and forth. I definitely did consider playing The Witcher 2, which is coming out shortly. It's coming out pretty soon. I'm also hoping that I can play The Longest Journey 1. It was actually kind of supposed to be sort of a surprise, but I'm having issues with that as well. So I plan on putting out some more Minecraft and Rift. Minecraft and Rift are going to be slowing down a bit, because really I'm kind of running out of content to do for them. But on a good note, I have some other things kind of mixed up too. I got a couple of requests for first-person shooters, so I'm kind of starting to think about doing a couple of random ones at that. Nothing that I would consider a series. Let's see, what else have I been considering? I was considering Fable. I was considering, was actually considering doing The Witcher 1, which I played almost entirely through when I played it on my own. However, if some of you have played The Witcher, you know that it requires some editing and censoring on my part, which I don't really have a problem doing, except that it kind of does affect the way you play the game. You see where I'm going with that? Some go so far as to call it a mini game in itself of the game. So I was kind of debating about how many issues I would get from doing something like that from viewers and from YouTube itself. So I was thinking about The Witcher or The Witcher 2, also Fable 3. It's possible. I looked into a lot of adventure games. I would like to do another adventure game, because that's the kind of thing that I like, is adventure games like Dreamfall. However, I need to find the right one that is not going to be giving issues with my computer. On a sad note, I will be wrapping up my Final Fantasy VII Let's Play series very, very shortly. In the next couple of videos, I'm going to be wrapping it up and then calling an official cancel on it. So, very sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that. I really, really hate to start something and then cancel it, but seeing as how it's going to require a lot of my time and energy, because it's a very time consuming long game, and I am pretty busy at the moment, which is why you've kind of seen a decrease in the videos that are put out shortly, or I mean, you know, recently. That's kind of why. Anyways, on a good note, I have some new videos that I'm going to be putting out tonight, tomorrow, the next couple of days. I've been recording a lot of Rift, was extremely surprised at how well Rift was doing. Never intended it to be on, what, part 26 or in its 20s or whatnot. So I'm kind of glad that, you know, you guys all jumped on that bandwagon. You said you wanted more Rift videos. I gave you more Rift videos. I'm going to keep doing as many Rift videos as I can, as long as I can continue finding great things for you to watch me doing, and as long as you're asking for them. This snapshot, specifically, you have not seen the video for yet, but this is some of the footage that I have waiting for me to process it and encode it and upload it to YouTube. So you'll be seeing that in the very, very near future. So thank you guys very, very much. I really appreciate all the support that you've been giving me. I love all of it, with the exception of only one or two baddies that I've had to ban. I really like listening to all of your comments, reading and replying and everything. So you guys are really great, and I will see you in the next videos. Thanks.